Yeah, we read a book.
We did. With a male character as the hero.
That was so different. I'm excited to go back to girls.
Yeah. I get that. Welcome to the Fated Friends podcast, a podcast based in a love of romance fantasy, where we talk about the books, we talk about motherhood, life.
Tonight we're talking about Will of the Many by James Islington. But wait, so how did you hear about this book? Because it's a little different than some of the ones we've read before.
It is very different. So this was when I was still on the socials. And did you follow Kayla Reads?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She said, it was like the end of 2024. And she was like, this is the best book I've read of 2024, hands down. I'm not lying. And I was like, oh, okay. I like her taste more than some of the other bookstagrammers out there. I think some of the really popular ones are a little bit more dark romance girlies, which is fine, but I like a nice happy romance. And she was just saying that the writing was amazing and the plot was amazing and just everything was really well paced. So I looked into it. The main character was male, which is different from what we normally read. And I decided to buy it actually because I felt like my husband was kind of in a literary slump. Like he wasn't reading anything. He was kind of like maybe attached to his phone, listening to his podcasts. And I'm like, I think we need to read a book together. So I bought it at the beginning of 2025 and we read it together and he's like, loved it. I think he's reread this book 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then there is a second
There's a
right
second
now.
one. Yep. That one just came out at the end of last year. And that one's called The Strength of the Few.
Yeah, which is like it's so great. Like what a
so
good
great.
follow-up title.
Absolutely.
And then I remember when you guys were reading this together and it just seemed like such a fun couple thing to do.
Oh, it was so fun. It felt like a great bonding activity. We had something fun to talk about at bedtime every night.
Yeah. Did you read together at night?
We would.
Yeah.
And he would actually stay up late and
totally.
It was we were both super Harry Potter fans.
Yeah.
And it was for him a very similar vibe of I'm staying up way later than I should because I'm so sucked into this world. So that was also really fun for me as someone who loves to read and who loves to share passion about these fun fantasy worlds, to see that in my husband.
Was Strength of the Few out when you got Will of the Many?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. So how long did you have to wait until after reading this one to get to the second one?
So I bought the first one in February of 2025, and then the second book came out in November. So it was end of
so
year.
Kind of a long time.
It was a long time, but it was not Sarah J. Maas long time. Although I'm giving that lady a break because she churned out books year after year after year, I feel from 2020 onwards. So she deserved that break. And then
were you guys both so excited when the November time hit?
Oh, absolutely. It's it's what I bought both of us. I'm I'm not even going to wait for Christmas to give this to you. We're just reading it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really fun.
Oh, so cool. And he liked it just as much?
He loved it. Yeah. And I was before I left the house, I was is there anything that you want us to talk about?
Yeah.
And he was that you guys are going to talk about? And I'm oh, do you want to talk about stuff? And he kind of looked at me. I'm well, maybe we'll do a part 2.
No, I think that you guys should do a part 2. We have the You and Sam. Yeah, I would love couples who read, you're a couple who read it together who loved it. I think we need a Veronica Andrew episode.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll borrow your microphone.
Absolutely.
And go for it.
You should totally do it.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Should you do it before this episode? So then, because he does listen to our podcast. I don't want to.
Oh.
I only want I want his
unfiltered opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not taken from anything or not hurt by anything that we've said.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I could definitely tell him, we'll do a part 2. So I'll just tell him not to listen to this one.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe he'll have a rebuttal.
Ooh, he loves that.
Yeah.
He loves
so maybe we need.
Maybe we will, because this is the female gaze of this book. It'll be really fun to hear about the male gaze, especially with the main character being male.
Plus, like, we talk about Andrew a lot.
We do. He is like,
we need his voice.
What else are you saying about me? I'm like, well, you can take it. You're from New England, you know?
Wait, did you read Project Hail Mary?
I didn't, but I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, Dave's read that one, and he thinks we should read that one.
Okay. But then you and Dave should do an episode.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be so fun.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I like that plan.
Yeah. Do you want to dive in? So what do you think?
I loved it. I thought it was like, it grabbed me from the very first line. And when a book can do that, I know that it's a really good book. I thought that he made the main male character immediately compelling, and immediately someone that I was like, I want to see you succeed. I want to know why you are the way you are. Like, it made me very curious right off the bat. And I think because we had come off of reading so many romance fantasies where it was like a main female character and this sort of scrappy, talented, smart female character who could like get through anything, but it was like tied to a romance. Like, even though she was on her own journey, she'd like fall in love, and that was the thing, and that's whatever, that's what people are kind of salivating for. In this book, it was like just his journey, and like the romance component was a very, very light aspect to it. So I could really focus on him and what he valued and who he was as a character. I liked that shift in perspective.
Yeah.
Or tone, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what you thought.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, it really just like draws you in right away.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of it were a little scary right away.
They were scary.
Yeah. So that's
very intense.
Yeah. So sometimes like just the discussion of the sapper.
Yeah.
And I still kind of don't understand what that means.
The sapper?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's when they extract will from you forcefully. And you're kind of like asleep when it happens, but it's painful.
Yeah.
And then our main character, Vis, starts off and he's sort of just like someone who takes care of people in a jail situation where they are, being
he like gets
strapped to sappers.
He's like a prison. He's a prison guard.
Yeah, he's basically a prison. Yeah.
But it's interesting because he also talks about how like being in that environment like also takes from you, because his like the guy he's working with, to me, I'm like, Ruff.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Like, he was a little older, but it was also just like Viz was like, oh, he's losing it a little bit, and it's because he'd been in that prison for a long time. So it was a very interesting, like, when it opened in that, I'm like, are we staying in the prison? Is there something about the prison? Is he? And so the fact that it like starts really zoomed in, and you think that's where you are going, that the story's going to unfold, and then you just sort of like get taken somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. It's like very dynamic and exciting. I thought the way that he added in characters that we begin to learn about and care about was also not overwhelming. Like, we could get to know Ulkiskor, who for the longest, when I was reading it, in my head, I was saying Ulsizer.
Me too, Ulsizer.
Yeah. But yeah.
Then at the very end, he gives the pronunciations, which is good, because if it was in the beginning, I would have been like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, like, my brain. But so Ulkiskor, and I'm like, okay, I know what this guy looks like. I get a feel for him. And then you get to meet Lenistia, and like, it's just, in general, I don't know why I'm focusing on this so much. It was just really well paced.
Yeah. I liked also in the beginning how for me, it felt almost a little overwhelming about the different levels of society.
Yeah.
But it was nice to meet so many different ones. And then when he fights the Sextus, and then you're really understanding, because he's like getting beat up with someone who's like full of will.
Yes.
So you're really understanding like the juxtaposition between, the different levels kind of.
And how, in spite of him having only his own will, he still has figured out, like, in this short period of time, how to beat someone who is a Sextus, and how that sort of just like throws everyone in the crowd off, that this like 16, 17-year-old kid with no additional will could do that. So then you're also really early in the book being like, okay, this guy is special and I want to know why. Like what is that? Is he magical in a way that we don't know? What is that thing that's separating him?
Well, I loved how he just had such strong force of himself that he was never conviction. He was never going to take will.
Yes.
What do they call
or
it?
Seed
Yeah, will. Yeah. Like give it away or use it.
Right.
That was like so important to him no matter what, even though it seems like will is how you have power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's like not interested in power, because then as his story unfolds, you realize he is like, this whole system is what tore my family apart and took them away from me. So why would I ever want to participate?
Yeah, be any part of this.
Right. Like I don't want to use it. I don't want to give it. I want to be completely separated from it. It's a horrible, evil system. So like the fact that he also has such a clear point of view, such a very clear line that he will not cross, it's also very exciting because he's tempted in many different ways and sort of like pushed for why he doesn't want to participate. And he has to just keep this huge secret that he's actually a Prince of Seuss. And like, it's just so much tension. This poor kid is holding on to so much tension and he's keeping it together and he's meeting every single challenge with like unmatchable grace. Like, of course he feels angry and he gets frustrated and he's, 17 at the end of the 16, 17 at the end of the day. But like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. And I really like how he bears that weight.
Oh, I know. I liked when he went with Ulcizor.
Mm-hmm.
What is his name really?
Ulcizor.
Yeah. Yeah. And he went like when he gets adopted.
Yeah.
And they take the transvect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is like, that's when it got a little sci-fi, right? Where you're like, huh?
Oh, now we're in a spaceship.
Yeah. Futuristic. Are we in Rome? Are we in like the Roman Republic? Or are we? So it's like a very interesting world. He really has made up a very interesting magic system or system.
Yeah, it's like society of power, who has power. And then, yeah, I suppose will is magical in some way because you can like extract it from others and then use it in a sci-fi way.
It's like a very tangible way of demonstrating power and how theoretically, like many of us seed our will. I mean, hello, do you have a smartphone?
Right.
Do you have an Amazon Prime membership? Like,
do you participate in capitalism?
Yeah. Like, hello, this is a very clear analogy, So I really liked Viz's clarity, or, once we learn that his true name is Diago, right? Knows all the time that he's playing a game and that he has to like constantly dance around everything.
100%. Oh my God. That was like the biggest for me. Just the way the writing was. It was a very specific style of writing. Like obviously James Islington has like a voice and you're reading a book that's in this way. Every single movement seems calculated.
Very intentional.
Yes, very intentional. The way he moved through the prison when an outsider came in, which was Ulcizor, every move he made, everything he said, had to be like very calculated to how he was when he was fighting. And then obviously later how they're preparing him to go to the academy and things like that. Every choice is, it's just, that's the entire book.
Right. You're like on the edge of your seat. Like, is he gonna misstep? Like, I'm fully, like the entire book, I'm fully confident that he will not misstep, but that's something outside of himself that he can't control. Like, might knock him off this very fine edge that he's walking on. And yet, despite the fact that he has to be so guarded, I also thought the way that James Islington somehow let Calidus and Eden and Amisa like worm their way into Viz's affections and into his bubble.
Oh, I know.
It was very realistic. It was yeah, I'm like, oh, he kind of has to. He's making the choice to. Yeah.
Okay, the whole time I was so sure Amisa was bad. So sure. And then so like I'm going to need to talk to you about the ending because I still don't totally understand it.
Yes.
But yeah, the entire time, because so after spending some time training with Linistia, and he's ready to go to the academy, and he has to be there because he's like a spy for Ulcizor.
Yes.
Ulskizor, because they want to see if he can solve the mystery of why Ulskizor's brother was committed suicide, but probably murdered. Yeah.
Or taken somewhere. Yeah. There's a mystery.
And then it's also the academy is just like all the kids of the most powerful people. So and they're all fighting against each other at some point.
And he's like, it's like transferring into a school your senior year.
Right.
Right? Like you're somehow fully formed. You've got all of these skills. You're technically, nobody knows it, but you're like better than everybody else. But you have to play this game like you aren't. And you don't know, and that you're still learning. And a lot of ways he is, like the scene where he has to use that interesting avatar armor in order to fight the guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, to get up to the next class.
Yes, like it's all he does need help, but like, you know, there was a lot of like, oh, is he going to be able to, is he going to figure this out? Like how is he going to get past this? And he is able to figure it out or make an ally that helps him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But then, like, the most wild thing, even before he gets to the academy, on the way from the Transvect, they get attacked.
Yes.
And someone, which as it turns out, it's also Kizor's wife later, shoots him to try to kill him.
Right.
And then they're trying to really get Diego Vis.
Yeah.
To be like their person.
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm too pure for this. Yes, like, I will not join you.
Yeah.
Like
you rebels.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh my God, you have like nothing and you're like standing up for everyone. You're amazing.
Yes.
And then but they like still kind of know him.
Right.
Yeah. So he's like important to them, very important to them.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, so before he even gets to the academy, he goes and hangs out with a girl who's already at the academy, who's kind of important.
Yeah.
And then that's when sort of the head of the rebels does this massive terrorist attack.
Right. He's Melior, but he's actually his father's closest advisor, right? That's like just all of the what are the odds that all of these people who either were connected to his father or were connected to Seuss or are like showing up in his life at this point? Yeah, it's like, what? Like, there's just so much you have to wrap your head around, and yet it also somehow still feels realistic that like he is the one who happens to know who Melior really is, and when he's taken by I'm gonna have to look at the book because I can't remember her name. Relusha.
Yes.
Relusha's like, you have to come meet this guy. This time it'll change your mind. You're gonna join our cause, and even that doesn't change his mind. And he again has this very clear line of like, I am not gonna help you murder hundreds of thousands of people. For what?
Right.
What is? You have to tell me, and if you're not gonna tell me, I will not be used. Like. His strength of character is so admirable in this.
Oh, I know. That's when I was really like, okay, this guy is like really cool because he basically, I think he gets Aquia out.
Yeah, he gets her to escape.
And then he goes back. And I think even in my wildest dreams, if I was in this position, I do not think, I was so shocked when he did this, when he turns around and he confronts, his name is Melior? Who's in the middle?
Melior is actually is like the name that he is known as in like by the people who don't like the rebels. Oh, yeah. Estevan.
Yes. Yeah, so he goes to confront Estevan. He doesn't kill him, but it like looks like he did.
Yes.
Estevan like commits suicide or something.
Yes.
And I just thought, oh wow, that is so cool. I don't think I don't think I would have ever done that. Like that's amazing that he knew just the okay, yes, I can confront Esteban. Yes. I have that power. They aren't going to touch me. Right. I am probably the only person who could stop this right now.
Right, because they did the stylist thing that makes him impervious to the whole...
Right. Yeah. And then how ballsy in front of everyone to be you're supposed to kind of be a little bit under the radar. Yeah. And you're like, oh no, I'm going to walk in front of everyone. And everyone's going to see that I'm doing this.
Right.
Which is really crazy.
Yeah. He chooses his strength of character above his own, the privacy of maintaining his
safety.
His anonymity and safety and being unknown. It just really demonstrates okay, I'm really rooting for this guy. He has clear eyes in this system that is just so corrupted and dirty, by both sides. The rebels obviously think they're fighting for a good cause. The people who participate in the pyramid of power think that this is the way that things are supposed to go. It's the best way for society. It's but the truth is, Viz is all of this is for a struggle around power that doesn't even have to be, he's a good hero.
It was such a good hero. So then that is what he's going into the academy as. He's going in as this...
Titanicus.
Yeah, big savior, but then also suspicious.
Yes.
People are very suspicious. How did you know that?
Yeah.
Aqua's how did you know about the sewers?
Right.
How did you know that was the way to get out? You've never been here before.
Right. And he's and he comes up with a good answer, I think. He's I was in the toilets. I understand how plumbing systems work. I just assumed.
Yeah, I understand how plumbing systems work. So
you just go that way.
Of course.
Go the way the water flows out. That's how you're going to be safe. And it's oh, okay, I guess that's true. I never thought about that.
I know. And just the way the writing is where it's and then I positioned my face in a way that expressed, and it's oh my goodness, every single
his micro
expression, has to be analyzed and thought in all the different ways. And
yes. Every breath he takes, every step he makes, everything is not to sound like a Sting song. He's just, he has to be so calculated. And I'm it's almost the people who raised him knew that this was coming, knew something like one of the children of this little kingdom, this kingdom of Zeus, their father knew something was coming or somebody had to know something for him to be this prepared, right? It's kind of wild. Beyond, so let's see. Viz has shown us he has a crazy strong sense of character, and he has a very strong moral line where he will not cede or use will. Then he gets adopted by Ulthkiskor, goes to the Naumachia because he wants to go there.
Isn't it because he has to connect with
Relusha
again?
Him, you have to meet me here. So he comes up with that plan.
Oh, I just want to see it.
Yeah. I've never been there. I'm just a little orphan. Take pity on me. And then he does this thing and saves all of society, basically. And then they're now you're going to go to this school. And he's great, I'm going to be dropped into this school and figure it out.
And they take his blood right away.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience of whoever that magic person who was doctor, scientist, having him look at different things through different colors and looking at different pictures and psychoanalyzing him. And you're what are you doing? What is that for?
Right. Yeah. And then I keep thinking Listeria. Who is the...
Linistia.
Linistia, yeah. She... Oh my God. And then Naumachia. Do you know what... This is gross, but it reminds me of, the period blood that you get after you have a baby.
Oh, Lokia.
Yeah, Lokia, yes.
Oh my God, yes.
So whenever I see those words, that's what
You're well, both are quite bloody. No.
Sorry, I'll take that out.
No, it's great.
That's what I always thought. Okay, so Linistia specifically asks him, I think at parent visit day or something, did they take your blood yet?
Yeah, it's
oh God, yes.
It is. It's a very visceral book too. You're feeling it in your body the whole time, and he goes through so much before he even gets to the school. Then he gets to the school, and I want to know, because Andrew and I kind of go back and forth about this. What do you think of Viridius?
the captain of the school, the headmaster.
Because Ulquiskor clearly hates him. And is like, he's the one who murdered my brother. So we have this very biased look. But over and over again, Viz is like, he seems so sincere. Like, he seems like he's not lying. He can't really figure him out. And if there actually is like a veneer and Viridius is truly hiding a horrible villainous nature, or if he actually is just a good-hearted person who was wrongfully cast because this grief-stricken man has assumed that he was the cause for his brother's death or disappearance.
I mean, that's super valid, and potentially because I feel like I have been thinking Ulquisor's view this whole time. Yeah, so that's like such a good point. And he did say at one point, he kind of like, is it Viridius? Kind of shakes his head and is like, Ulquisor has got to get over the brother. What's his brother's name? Canor? Ciaror. Yeah. Ciaror. He's got to get over that. Yeah. Like move on.
Right.
And then, but I think we, like when we talk about the end, we have to talk about the end. And I think that might, but yeah, I mean, that would actually, I never thought about it that way, but that would be nice if he's actually good.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's unclear because Viz can't figure him out.
Ulquisor, I have mixed feelings on, but Lenistia, I really like.
Me too.
Yeah.
And she knew Ciaror and she knows Viridius, and like she's definitely keeping things from Viz. Like, I don't know. I wish she would, in the book, there are times where I wish she would just be more open with him. But I think she feels so beholden to Ulquiskor and his mission that she doesn't want to derail anything or like offer any information that could potentially confuse Viz and what his mission is supposed to be. But yeah, I really like her too.
And Lenistia was Sayor's girlfriend?
Yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, there's some complication there.
Yeah. But there is a moment, I think, towards the end when they visit Viz at the hospital or something.
Like at the end of the book.
Maybe it's right at the end. But she looks at him like fondly or no, she says like, don't die. It's before he gets sent. And Ulquiskor is like, oh, you have to go do that really scary
Eudicium
labyrinth thing. Yeah. You have to go do that. And
right.
And then she turns back and she's like, don't die. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe you're nice.
Yeah, you actually care. You're just hiding your kindness behind this scary, severe nature.
Yeah, like not everyone's using this.
Yeah, that's such a great thing to bring up is like, he is trying so hard to maintain his integrity and his secret identity that he's also like allowing himself to be used by so many different people. Even when he's being used by the rebels, like he's still being manipulated. And I wonder, it's not 100% clear to me in this book, like how aware of that he is. That like, in spite of everything that he's fighting, if he's like, well, I guess I am still being used. Like, no matter how hard I try, this system is going to chew me up and spit me out.
Yeah, but then he manages to keep a personal agenda.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a lot that he's managing.
Totally. Yeah, because secret mission to the academy, secret mission to the rebels who he does not want to be their cog, even though they let him know. He's not even their like best cog.
No.
He's an option.
Yeah. They're like, we would like to use you, but if you won't,
we'll kill your friends.
Yeah. We'll find another way. It's crazy.
Yeah. So it was Amicia, Belly, Amissa, Belly, and Iro. Those are the three that see him and like give him a drink or something when he
comes to.
Yeah. And so the whole time I'm kind of like, okay, those people might be bad. And Ulquiskor goes into like great lengths to investigate into them to help him. Right. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, who are those people? Yeah. And then I think the next one he meets is
Eden,
the main friend.
Yeah. Or Calidus.
Oh, he meets Calidus first.
Doing his little wax tablet.
Yeah. And he's like Viridius obviously doesn't think very highly of Calidus.
Right. Because he was basically in class 1 and he allows himself to drop all the way down to 7, even though it makes no sense.
So when Vis is trying to move up out of 7 and he is in the class and he is sort of, this is when like Vis lost me a little bit. It's like his first day of class and he's like kind of pompous.
Yeah.
He's like, the teacher is asking questions and he's like, this is the answer. I can repeat it verbatim from the book if you want me to. And it's like, okay, this punk, like, do you really want to be like this, like out there, like right away in this like super calculating weird school? Like, don't you kind of want to like get the vibe first before you're like, I am the smartest that ever lived. Yeah. Move me up right away.
He's trying to think like, can I just demonstrate I'm the best and you'll put me up?
Yeah. When he, like later when there's like some bias and, you know, they don't like him and he's like, are you saying the school is not merit based? Yeah. It's like, come on, of course. Like, right. Like, was the orphanage merit based? I bet not. Right. Was your like weird fighting rings merit based?
No. Yeah. It's like, where are you suddenly getting this system?
Yeah. Where you feel like you're owed something. Right. And that like kind of is like, okay, Vis. But yeah. And then I loved when, I don't know if it was at this point or maybe it was a little later when Calidus goes, oh, you want to move up? I was like, oh, chilling. Like, there's something like, bad at the top.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. So there's like so many different ways that this you could take your opportunities in this school. And it's like not the first idea of like, oh, just like rush to the top. It's like, oh, there's a lot of layers here.
Yes. There are so many dynamics of like amongst your peers, between the teachers and then student to teacher and then teacher to Viridius and then Viridius to the students. Like there are so many dynamics, so many layers. And then you add in the fact that like there are 3 factions basically of government, religion, and military. And it's like,
those were the funniest names to me because I was like, were those placeholder names?
Yeah, and then it's like, well, that seems austere enough.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Religion.
Yeah, government, military. Like, well, that is pretty basic. We don't need to give it a flowery name.
It made sense though why there was strife between them because it's like, well, we don't need military anymore because we conquered everything.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, they don't have a job anymore.
Right. Like, really? You don't need to, like, there's no protection at all needed? Like, that's where I was like, is there just one continent on this whole planet?
Yeah. I mean, Sus was an island,
yes,
right?
Right.
So,
I guess
they got everything they wanted.
That they wanted. I guess that's a good point. They're like, well, we don't really want to conquer anything else. We're good.
Yeah. They even got the mountain people of Eden.
Oh, Eden's people. Yeah, that's so true. Like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
And I guess that's true. Like it also speaks to like the power hungry nature of any part of society. Like which one is the most important? Mm-hmm. Is it most important to have a strong military to protect what you've gained? Is it most important to have, religion is totally, in my opinion, like a farce. Like who are they worshiping?
They're someone creepy in the Forbidden Forest.
Right? Like, what's going on here? Like, why is this even called religion?
That was like, I don't know, Veronica, if I can keep reading this book. Yeah. And I was only like 30% in, and like they go. And,
with the ruins. You mean? Mm-hmm.
Like, what's religion doing out here? And it's like no eyeballs, corpses.
Yeah, like, what kind of human sacrifice is this shit?
Exactly.
Like, crazy. Yeah. So it's like, what is religion even? And then government, like infrastructure of society. Creating rule of law, which is the most important. And the truth is, they're all the most important, but it is human nature to seek to be the best, the pinnacle, the apex predator. And you can't have 3 apexes, right?
I liked how it felt, like you mentioned Roman already, and I liked how it felt like that. Like even the names, like Calidus, like kind of a little Latin-y. And then, they have senators and this kind of like interesting, very academic society.
Yeah, and they wear, you can kind of tell from his description of their clothing, like it's almost like toga, like wearing sandals. They greet each other by saying hail, it's very, it is very like Greco-Roman Republic.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is where the book, I felt like the pace switched a little bit. Like, I was excited we got to the academy. I didn't know what the school was going to be like, and I thought it got a little tedious as we're like getting into the school, but I think it's just like world building, like let's set the stage. Yeah. So until like just like running the labyrinth, or what is it? It's not the labyrinth.
It is. Yeah,
is that what it's called? Sure. Yeah, that part I like felt like it slowed down a little bit.
Thing on the arm. What is that? The gauntlet.
Yeah. But then I liked it when he got maybe to class 4.
Is that when he plays the game of it's like chess, a combination of chess and
yeah.
He plays belly.
Yeah, and it was like he sets it all up and she thinks she has it, and then everyone's gasping when they realize.
Yeah, like, ooh, he got you. Like, that's like, there were some really great moments of tension there, and I mean, like, it's definitely a slog to get through from class 7 all the way to class 1. Like, it's gonna be tedious, and Viz is gonna get frustrated, and he's also gonna get pissed. Like, I loved the scene where he is fighting that guy with the avatar, and he reveals that they were cheating.
Yes.
Like, that was badass. And then he just like beats the shit out of the guy regardless of the armor, and was like, I could kill you. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You're cheaters. Like,
hits his head.
Yeah. You're all cheaters and liars, and walks away. It's like...
And Viridia sees it. Like, I think everyone sees it because they're all watching. That one's good.
That was like, there are some really great highlight reel moments. And this is where I feel like the male fantasy author diverges from the female fantasy author. Is like, in James Islington's world, it's like challenge after challenge after challenge, and you're sort of propelled forward by that fact. Whereas when we are in like a female fantasy author's world, there are challenges, and there's also a lot of interpersonal relationship building where, like, think of Court of Silver Flames. Like, Nesta's journey to go from Nesta to a Valkyrie is not only like her training, and then she like kills Lanthus, and then she makes the sword and the dagger, and then she goes into I forgot what it's called right now, where all of the Illyrian warriors fight it out, and like she has those big like Hollywood moments, but in between she's making besties. She's like having a fight with her sister. She's falling in love with a really like the general of, you know, the army of the Night Court. Like, there's all of this other stuff going on that is technically outside of her journey, but it's like so layered. And not that this book isn't layered, because there is a lot of other stuff layered on top of Viz's journey, but it's all very, I guess, like, it's more masculine. Like, it's more productivity driven versus like connectivity driven. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Like, he likes his friends that he made, and then he has to be told, you have to make new friends, and he's like, why?
Yeah. That sucks. Or like, he has a crush on a girl, and they like have a cute night, but he's not letting that distract him from his mission.
100% no.
You know, like, whereas if this was a female fantasy author, it'd be like, and then they went off and they did all of this awesome stuff, and look at all of the, let's, you know, throw in a little smut, and it's going to be really like, you get to feel along with the characters, not just imagine you're in the action.
Yes, and like when he first met Amissa, like it wasn't until like I think like I'm on a Kindle, so I'm all about the percentages. So it was like we were 60% through, and it's like, oh, we're gonna like date Amissa. I didn't realize that. Yeah. And if this was a female one, it would be like Amissa and me locked eyes from the very beginning. Exactly. You know, and I'm thinking about her the whole time.
Yes, she's in the back of my mind. Oh, her long dark hair. Like, we would get so much more. Whereas it's like, oh, she's helping me shovel horse shit in the stables.
I thought they were just friends. Like, I definitely didn't think they were going to hook up.
Well, and that's also like, he does a good job of highlighting like a 16, 17-year-old boy's perspective.
Right,
like,
right.
Oh yeah, there's a girl like she keeps coming to the stables at the same time as me. That's weird. You're like, hello, Viz. She likes you. She's trying to like get you to pay attention to her. She's helping you in a lot of different ways. Hello.
Oh, but I mean, I guess we have to talk about the end at some point, but
oh yes,
we'll do that when we get there.
Yeah.
But there's like so much, like, I'm so suspicious of her still because, like, she was there that night.
Is she too good to be true?
Is she too good to be true? And then she spoke the language, which, how do you know this language is like super dead language that everyone was shocked at, that seems like pretty specific to people who have been conquered.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it demonstrates, sure, Viz can go from class 7 to class 1 in basically a year, but it demonstrates like she's been enmeshed in this school for so much longer and has been tucked under Viridius's wing for so much longer, and she's learning things that he's not privy to. So it is very much like, again, it kind of brings up that question, is Viridius and the people he folds into his circle, like, are they good? What are they doing?
Yeah. Well, then I think towards the end, when he is like thinking about his dad and how his dad describes the hierarchy. No, they will never be good leaders because the whole system that they've created is based on greed.
Yes.
And, fighting for power and like not helping your fellow man. It's just like all about like individualist kind of world. And so then when you get to this sort of final, what is it called?
The Eudicium?
Yeah, the Eudicium, and you're against Amissa, and she also doesn't pick him,
right?
Which I thought was interesting.
Because
she wants to win,
right?
And so she picks like really strong people who she's been with,
right?
And then they are like fighting against each other, and still like, I mean, I'm sure this was intentional because I'm still thinking like we are fighting against Amissa right now because she truly wants the necklace or the stone that they're trying to get.
Yeah, the heart of whatever goddess.
Yeah, like she wants it.
Yeah.
She's gonna go get that.
She's ambitious.
And
competitive, which I can admire in a woman.
So maybe that's not a bad thing because I'm just like voting for Viz. But
right. Like Team Viz. But I think it demonstrates that there is so much more beyond Viz's agenda and the task that he was given by Alkiskor. Like, there's so much else going on that he is ignorant to. And so, in the middle of the Eudicium, he's also making choices of like, somehow I need to stick to the mission that my adoptive father has forced me into. Otherwise, I'm toast.
Right.
He's basically hanging my life and my well-being over my head. And I've come to care about two guys, Calidus and Eden, and even Equa, very, very much. And I also have to make choices that balance their wellness.
Right.
And I have a crush on this girl, and it'd suck if she died. So, like, I'm not going to, like, push too hard. Like, it's a very, like, he's balancing so much. And, at the end of the day, you realize like his game is so much smaller than everybody else's, but it's so big to him because that's all he cares about is, again, maintaining his integrity. And I think he gets blinded by his own integrity and underestimates the people around him.
Yeah.
In certain ways,
Why do you think Eden said, absolutely, I cannot do this?
I think
does that come out?
I think so. Like, I think he admits to Viz, like, I will not join. I will not do it because Viridius, again, it throws his goodness into question, his authenticity and good-heartedness into question, because he basically says, like, Eden, you participated in the Eudicium in this way. Otherwise, like, your freedom, if you do it my way, you're guaranteed your freedom and a cushy life and security and, all of this stuff for your people. And if you don't, none of that is for certain, but it hangs on his friendship with Viz, right? And he's Eden is such a a loyal person through and through, that he won't, even when his like life's greatest wish is hanging on a thread. First of all, he doesn't trust Viridius.
Right.
So he's like, you're going to say all that shit, but how do I know you're going to actually follow through? And he chooses his friend. And I think that shifts something in Viz too, who for so long, for most of the book, feels so alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't know. Does that answer your question?
I think so. Yeah. He's such a good friend. He's such a good character.
I know. I love him.
I thought the book really turned around for me, or it started to get really, really exciting when they go to Seuss.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like the best. Because it's like, okay, we know that you're going to go on spring break with class 3. So fun, going to train with them. And then it's like, oh, you're actually going to go back to your island. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Are they going to recognize you?
Right. It's only been like 3 years, we find out.
Yeah,
like, that's not that long.
Yes. And like they're a royal family that's very embedded in their people, like very visible and very, intertwined. They're not like just hanging out in their beautiful castle. They're like amongst the people.
Yeah. And you kind of, like that place was like dead to him now because it doesn't exist anymore. It was overtaken.
Right.
To imagine being able to go back.
Seriously.
Like how haunting and so sad to see it as, they've replaced his home and everything. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
And then when he's like, he's not sure. He's not sure if Federica recognizes him.
Yeah.
And then they meet in that underground place and he cries and they connect. And
I loved that.
Oh, that made me, that turned the book around for me too. Cause I was like, where is the emotion? And there it was. And then, just so many great moments where he's reminded of how good his life was until it was ruined by the Republic.
And then it was nice to see, like, when Frederica brought them to the bar or the pub or whatever, and they're like, you can't come in. And he was like, oh my gosh, yay. Like, these people are, like, have a soul here.
Yeah, right. Like, we're not going to, serve any traitors. You Sextus, you decided to, like, join the Republic. But it's like, at the same time, he promised Viz's father, Diago's father, like, I will keep the people safe. So he sacrifices his own integrity and cedes to the system so that he can, in any way that he can, manipulate it so that the people do stay safe. And it's almost like everybody's playing that game of like, we're going to outwardly hate you, Federica, for selling out, but we also know you did it for us. So we hate you, but then look in my eyes, I actually love you. And then when he goes back to the pub and they serve him a meal fit for a king.
Yeah, and it's like perfectly cooked and seasoned just as it should be versus like what they're making. It was like, oh my God.
So beautiful.
Yeah, but it kind of was like, oh, so you just like sit in a window and eat your food. And I don't know, what do those townspeople think? Like, yeah, you've been gone. Everyone thought you were dead. Now you're here like in class 3 in the academy. Like, have you like switched sides?
Yeah, it's almost like he's a symbol because I think they also recognize, doesn't he give them the coin? Or there's
yeah.
Like, I'm still a Prince of Seuss. Like you may not know how I got here or why I'm here, but I'm alive and I am still a Prince of Seuss. And I like that he did his very best to make that known despite his situation. And I think it's a small island. So I feel like everybody there almost has a little bit of like a telepathic nature of like, we get it, and we love you anyway.
Really crazy when, what was his name, who figured it out, who was like, we watch you run along these paths and not get scared. Like, you live here. Yeah. You're from here.
Yes, I forgot. It's just one of the students.
Yeah.
Is it Iroh?
Was it Iroh?
Yeah,
who figured it. Yeah, that was crazy because it's like, oh no, that's the worst fear, that someone's going to figure out a secret.
Right. That was scary. I forgot how he wormed out of that.
Oh, well, Iroh didn't think that he was the prince.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you are probably like a rich person's son or something. And
he's like, guilty.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. Yeah. So, but that's okay. A little tension there because now we know that Iroh knows.
Connection.
Yeah. Little connection. Yeah. And potentially Amissa knows too, if Iroh and Amissa are.
And they're smart.
Yeah. At the same level.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, I need you to explain the ending to me.
Okay. Like in the Eudicium when
Okay. So yeah. So we got through the Eudicium and then I just need to know, what does "you've been copied" mean?
Okay. Right. And the rebels have infiltrated and they're in the tower thing. And
because it's meant to be kind of another terrorist attack where they're going after the rich kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you know how when he goes to the ruins and he sees there's like, there's talk of like Obidium is lost.
Yes.
And then at the very end, he goes into the ruins again and he's in that sort of like, not jail, but like he's in a circle where it's all of these spears around him and it's almost like a portal and he like looks at his arm.
Yeah, and then there's writing.
Are you? And he runs. And then like the people are the like dead-eyed, empty-eyed people are like, complete the journey, warrior, complete the journey, warrior.
Yes, yeah. So scary.
So scary. It's like, it's, I think, alluding you to the fact, because at the very end, Viz meets Siror.
Right, which is Fourth Wing.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not in Ret. So they're not in, when he meets Siror, they're not in the world he was in.
Right. Okay, we're changing worlds.
Yes.
Sarah J. Maas.
So when Nami says, like, you've been copied, she recognizes that he did the labyrinth. He completed the labyrinth in the ruins and was copied, that there are these overlapping worlds and that when you do the labyrinth, you have a version of yourself in Res, which is where the Republic is, in Obidium, and potentially also in Lucium.
Okay, so there's 3 worlds. Mm-hmm. We're in one of them.
Yes.
And now there's copies. Does he not have eyes and is a creepy corpse?
No, he's not. He has his eyes. He doesn't have he's not a creepy corpse. But remember that like tall rebel who can like kind of move so fast? It's like he's...
Yes.
Yeah. And he has that scar.
And he comes back.
Yes.
And he's like, don't get too attached to that arm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it gets injured in his journey through the ruins, and he wakes up at the hospital at the end and he has no arm. Right. So
so who is this rebel guy who's so super fast?
That I don't know, but I think the rebels know that those ruins also exist and that they're running the labyrinth too.
Does the school know about this labyrinth?
That is why, remember when he does run it and he sees Belly's body?
Yeah.
That Viridius has been training the upperclassmen to complete the labyrinth run to also be copied. But I don't think you're supposed to be copied. I think there's something about being your being, like your form of existence when you complete the journey or when you get copied. And so Amisa picks up on the fact that he did the thing, and she thinks that he's not the Viz that she knows. She thinks he's a copy.
Okay, we don't like copies.
And we don't like copies because they...
Who are they?
They're kind of like it's like an abomination, right? It's like, imagine if someone in this world could make duplicates of themselves. Like, who is the original? Mm-hmm. So
is that why we have to lose arms so we know the original?
Right. Exactly. Like the one who the original is marked.
Yeah.
In some way.
So then what's the writing?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know now because you've read the second one and you're trying to be...
Kind of, but even the second one, there was a lot going on.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's complicated.
Okay. And then, I mean, Amisa tries to kill him with a knife. And do you think that is just because she thinks he's a copy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is she good in the second one?
She's not bad.
Okay.
But like the second one is, and this is where, I posed to you, like if this book is not that I'm curious, like out of 5 stars, what you would rate it, because it gets very complicated in the second book.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I feel like, you know how we were just talking about a book, and when we read The Raven Scholar, and it was like, oh my gosh, like what a cliffhanger. And then it's like, oh, but I guess like a lot of things got wrapped up. Like the main things got wrapped up. Absolutely nothing got wrapped up with this book. Nothing. Yeah, it actually, I feel like it was like world building. And then the last 70%, finally, it gets really cool and exciting. Yes. And I really liked it. And then it just ends.
And you're like, ugh.
What?
So he picks like, not military. He picked government.
The census.
Yeah, he picked the census
because of Calidus' dad, who dies. I know. Yeah, I didn't even. Sorry, what an afterthought.
Yeah. But I love Calidus.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like, it is very like, what does this mean? You know, like he's in the hospital wing. He's lost an arm. He's decided to join the census. He has a vision of his father, maybe.
Yes.
And then, you know, it's like we're in another world now, and like also Viz is encountering Sea-Roar, and he's like, come with me, we have to go. And you're like, what? So yeah, it's very like you're left very unsatisfied, and yet at the same time, so much of the book was actually pretty satisfying that I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, it was good.
Like make peace with it? I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Now what? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very different.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
So when I first read it, like this was a 5-star for me. And I would still give it 5 stars because it's very compelling. And like for me, a 5-star book has to have excellent writing. Check. It has to have a really compelling character who I love more than hate. Like they can annoy you and they can make tough choices and you can kind of disagree with them, but like I'm on his side. A world that I feel like is not riddled with tropes, but is very, very unique and is very vivid. Like I want to feel like I land there. And then when the book ends, I want to feel hungry for more. So I felt like this book checked all of those boxes above and beyond. So I would rate it a 5.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you?
Maybe a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I think the last 70% much better.
Yeah.
I did like it. I found, let's see. I understand the style of the writing, I think was so, even if it wasn't intentional, it was so perfect for just like the political dynamics and how everything is so thought out and you have to think about it in so many calculated. So calculated, so exhausting. I was just like, oh my God, give me, a mistake here. Give me, a burst of actual real emotion. Yeah, no, I just kind of felt like I was following a robot around. Don't hate me, James Islington or Andrew.
No, you're allowed your opinion. I mean, like, I want your honest opinion. You know what? I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but it really, really bothers me when people just agree that they think it's a 5-star best book ever. Because I'm like, come on. You had to have different experiences in it. And it's okay if this wasn't a 5-star for both of you. I mean, there can certainly be a 5-star read for both of us. I think the first Fourth Wing is that for us. I think probably Court of Mist and Fury, that was a 5 for me. Like there are things that we'll definitely agree on, but I like it when also we have differing opinions. Cause like Raven Scholar was your 5-star.
Yeah, I loved Raven Scholar.
And for me, I was like 4.25.
Right, yeah.
Like I like that so that we're not just like also overhyping books. I think it really highlights the fact that we have such, like we agree on a lot, but we also have our unique perspectives and lenses. And I hope that at the end of the day, this also would help anyone who read the book and had different feelings. Maybe someone will want to listen to this because they felt like it was a 3-star and they want to hear someone who's like, what are their critiques or what did they struggle with? Or maybe they wanted to love the book and struggled with it, but then heard my perspective and found it to be a little more compelling. Like, I like that.
I know. we're both off Instagram.
Yes.
But I did go into our Instagram recently.
Brave.
What?
Very brave.
Brave, yeah. There's one, I should link who they are, but it's like a husband and wife podcast who...
Your favorite?
No, it's a different one.
Okay.
And I've listened to their podcast and then I've seen some of their clips. I like their clips. They have really good like fourth wing theories.
Nice.
But now they're reading this one and they're going like chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
And then I was getting some more Will of the Many content. And I think somebody else said, is Will of the Many worth slogging through?
Yeah.
And I felt that to my core.
Okay.
And I was in the middle of it in the slog.
Yeah.
And then I think it is.
Yeah.
Like, so if you are like in the middle, kind of like in class 7 or whatever,
or like 5.
Yeah, early classes, like, yeah, you just keep going because that last 70% was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I want to read the second one.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because when you think about comparing it to like a fourth wing or like the Kelly Hart ones, like it's like incomparable. Like you can't
right, it's female gaze versus male gaze.
So different. Like I wouldn't suggest if you didn't like Will of the Many, you'll definitely like Fourth Wing or something like that. Right. Or like if Andrew read Fourth Wing, he would probably be like, what is this?
Right.
Like, you know?
Yeah. It's not necessarily a dichotomy.
Yeah.
It's just like, what flavor do you like? And maybe you like a flavor more or less, or maybe you like don't mind it and can get through it.
It's also nice because I hadn't thought of this as a sci-fi book until you said it today.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, cool. Like kind of like dipping a toe into sci-fi.
Yeah.
Have you seen I don't know if have you seen Silo?
No.
It's on Apple TV. I think it's a book.
Okay.
And it's like very sci-fi. Dave likes it.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's like kind of like a post-apocalyptic world where they put everyone in the world in silos, and then it's different, and they can't talk to each other.
I feel like you might have told me about
it. It's like, it's like different societies within the silos. I watched the first episode, and I think Dave reads them all, and someone else we know like came and babysat and watched Silo on Apple TV, which was funny.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like that I think is very sci-fi. It's like, oh, cool. Like this is like a cool sci-fi entryway into sci-fi. Yeah.
Because there's like body copying, and
that's when it started to get sci-fi.
Yeah, and like this trans fact that kind of is like futuristic and runs on, like even the use of will is very like almost it's mathematical. So speaking more about James Islington, I know that he is very influenced by like Brandon Sanderson and Patrick Rothfuss and other male fantasy writers, and I tried really hard to get into Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind because it was like so highly rated, and I couldn't get into it because it was very like it was dry. It was like reading a textbook for me. So I can kind of see how if you're in the more masculine scope of fantasy and sci-fi and the mix of the two, that it could be kind of a slog because you're like, okay, well, where's the like emotional compelling point? Like what makes me care? It's like what we talked about where his return to Seuss was really like brought it home for us because we felt with him.
Yes. Right? Whereas everything else just felt like
he's doing it
in a very specific, calculated way.
Yes.
But I don't.
It's like John Wicky, like very like he's an action hero.
Yes.
And he's got integrity, and he has a tragic past, and that feeds his soul. And you're like, okay, I can like get behind that, but for how long? What is the point? Like other than him maintaining his integrity, like what what keeps him human? Whereas like I'm going to, for some reason, compare it to Sarah J. Maas, like a character like Nesta, where she also has to go through a journey. But again, there's like a richness to it, a roundedness to it. Like, again, it makes me feel like feminine versus masculine. Like a feminine body and the feminine approach to things is very like circular and cyclical and like interconnected spirals, whereas like the male journey is much more linear and much more like productivity oriented solutions and goals and like the next thing, get the next thing, get the next thing.
And like kind of for what?
Yeah.
Like
other than forgetting it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I got it,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I felt. That's kind of why at times it felt like a slog for me until we got more towards Seuss and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, so like we did this, like now what?
Right.
Like what? I don't.
What's compelling you?
Yeah, I like to anticipate what's coming up, or I know like what is happening next. And I just like had no idea what his goals were.
Right.
Like, yeah.
How do you invest in this character?
Yeah.
How do you, beyond like wanting him, for example, wanting him to achieve his goal to never have to cede Will, which is like far off in the future.
Yeah.
What are we rooting for in the next week?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
what do you really want? I feel like he was just sort of on like someone else's journey. Like,
exactly. That brings back that point of like despite his integrity, he continues to be used.
Right. And things just happen kind of to him.
Yes, and he has to react.
Right.
Right. There's very little choice.
Yeah, which was like just a little like, okay.
It's tough. It's tough. Like basically like a person is put into a challenging situation. How do they navigate it? Versus maybe more in the female perspective, she's going through a hard time. How does she come out of it? Mm-hmm. It's very different.
Yeah. And also like just the fact that this was only a couple of years after like his whole society collapsed and got taken over and stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh, those are like fresh wounds.
That's
and
super.
It feels like we're pretty ice cold here.
Yeah. Good compartmentalization. Very good. Also very masculine. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun to dip a toe into that perspective. And I felt like James Islington did a really good job of still inviting, like there were still enough things like feeling oriented, emotionally driven things that would maybe make a female reader still remain interested. So I can appreciate that it was a more masculine piece of literature, but it still had a very compelling nature to it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to read the next one. I'm happy it's out.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's a big one, and I definitely understand if it's like, whew, I kind of need to take a break from that world. Do you want to read something else?
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to read that book that you're reading.
Oh, This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Sam to start reading it, and she's enjoying it. So I should have brought you my copy. Oh, but I
will do it on my Kindle.
Yep.
No, yeah, I'll get that. That sounds great.
I think that'll be fun because that book is through a main female character's gaze, but it's written by a husband and wife.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so I want to do that. Maybe I'll read Project Hail Mary.
Maybe I'll read that too.
You should read that too. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Well, it has a movie.
That's right, with Ryan Gosling.
Is that true? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he's the author of The Martian.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which I heard was actually like surprisingly funny. It's Andy Weir.
Yeah.
He's the author, right? Yeah. Go us.
I know.
I feel like we kind of broke the mold. Like,
yeah, we read a book.
We did. With a male character as the hero.
That was so different. I'm excited to go back to girls.
Yeah. I get that. But all right. Well, if you enjoyed this and have some thoughts and opinions of your own after having read The Will of the Many, we'd love to hear from you. You can email us at fatedfriendspodcast@gmail.com. And while I am currently on a self-inflicted social media ban for my own mental health.
How long are you doing that for?
I don't know. For as long as I feel like when I go back in, I don't want to get sucked in. I want it to continue to be a choice. So I don't know. It might be a while.
I know. I wanted to do it until the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then see where I land.
Full on. Like, I'm so happy.
I know.
There's no comparison culture. There's no pressure from this like consumerist algorithm of like, look
get
over
this,
here.
Get
look,
this.
look.
Yeah, click.
Or listen to this person talk about something that you like better than you. Look at this person do this better than you.
Yeah.
Look at this person curate this better than you. It's like, I don't.
Or get upset by the news. Yeah. That'll make you go shopping.
Yes, exactly. Look at this tragedy here. Oh my gosh, which we can cut this out. But like, I am not a fan of the news just being a place for everybody to trauma share and trauma bond.
Okay, so for that, I think, do you like true crime?
No.
Me either.
Thank God!
Yeah, no, I absolutely do not like true crime. I do not like true crime podcasts. I don't want to learn about murders. No. I don't want to watch documentaries about murders. No, because like, commonly the victim is
you,
like, yes, like, females, like that's you and me, so scary.
Like, sure, would you like to read about this woman who was like brutally murdered? No,
and like it's a serial killer who did that many, many, many times over, and they're still at large.
And guess what? It was a man.
Yeah, in the state.
Like no,
creeps around at night.
It's just like. It is, yes. It is highlighting that men are scary, that the world is dangerous for women, and that at any point in time, we could be next.
Yeah.
Why is that exciting?
I don't know. So Dave and I were talking about this
because
my sister really likes true crime, and I was like, what part of her brain is activated by this? Yeah, Thank you. Why is that? And we're like, okay, well, Sarah's very smart. So maybe she's trying to figure out her enemies.
I don't know. I have talked to someone about this who is like very passionate about it. She loves true crime. And it's like, she was like, it's just so interesting. Like,
no, it's not interesting.
And I'm like,
it's too scary.
Yeah, I'm like, doesn't that? She's like, yeah, it makes me more vigilant.
Yeah.
It makes me more cautious, and it makes me more suspicious of people. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fun way to live.
That would breed trust and goodness in a society. Great. I'm so glad. Okay. But like, she was explaining it to me, and I'm like, okay, fine. It makes you feel more aware. But honestly, I mean, my nervous system work is like, you're just putting yourself in a sympathetic state, in a frozen state. How are you functioning? Are you feeling? Because like, that's the other part. What are you numbing?
I know. Maybe you're putting your stress of your regular life into that.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know if that's how like people who watch horror movies feel, but then true crime is like, that's real. That's real life.
This is why, like, I can't even read like fiction. Like, some people are like, oh, I love historical fiction. Oh, I love reading about, murder mysteries. And I'm like, they're all other people. I don't want to read about how people can be horrible to people.
I know.
I want to read about how monsters are horrible to good magical creatures who beat them.
And then fall in love.
Yeah. I want to read about things that don't exist, and I can fully play pretend, and then there's a happy ending. Like, that's what feels good to my brain. So, so I don't know that I'm ever going to make it back onto social media. So I apologize if I am the dead weight in this podcast.
No, I think it's fine.
Who can't help it grow. But
yeah, I was taking a break for marathon training, and then it was like, well, I also like all this extra time.
Right.
Like, I can use it for other things.
I can daydream. I can do other stuff. I can read. I mean, here's the thing, though. I do still have an addiction to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still on my phone a lot, and I don't want to be. Like, I want to figure out, like, okay, I can delete an app, but like, how do I delete access to a website that I frequent that is not serving me? Like, for some reason.
What's the website that you frequent?
Stupidly, Just Jared. It's like a
like pop culture kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, why? Why do I care?
I know.
I don't, but it's like,
your brain just wants that like quick hit.
Like food can't, like, brain rot stuff. Yeah. It's like,
well, because sometimes you just need a little break.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to pick a different break.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Or like, I go and look on H&M or Zara's website, and I'm like, well, what do I want my summer wardrobe to look like?
Maybe I'll send you more emails because I know you check your email a lot.
I do check my email a lot.
Yeah, I check my email and the weather. So
yes, but yeah,
I'll send you little notes.
Send me notes, or like, I love it when I have a really lovely friend who lives in the town over from us, and she knows I'm on a social media break, and she'll take screenshots of things she knows that I'll like from Instagram.
That's nice.
The other day she sent me this beautiful poem, and I'm like, about friendship. I'm like, that's wonderful. That's what I want.
Exactly.
You know? Like, thank you for doing that. That's
So you all should email us because
that tangent was to just say that you'll probably hear from me over email, but you'll definitely hear from Emma through social media or email. But or comment on the podcast in whatever platform you listen to it, Spotify, YouTube. If you want to hear something different, or if you want to,
or book recommendation.
Like that's another thing, is just trying to be very discerning and not just following the trend, because above all, again, my 5-star book has to have really good writing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My 5-star book has to have, I think I do need a little romance.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was missing that. I was definitely missing that. In the Will of the Many.
Yeah. I think I needed something to propel me forward.
Yeah. I think you're going to like This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, because there's a lot of tension.
Okay. I love tension.
It's slow burn.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, woo, woo, woo.